Good evening, guys. Caroline is here. I'm back. I took you through on how to fill the DVLottery 2026 yesterday, and now I've come back because I want to tell you guys who is eligible to apply for this DVLottery. To be eligible for the DV Migrant Visa Program, you, your spouse, or your parent must have been born in a country that sends less than 50,000 immigrants to the United States in the previous 5 years. And that is why we find that there are some countries that are not eligible to apply for this DV 2026. I know of how many countries? 20 countries that are not eligible for the 2026 program, and these countries cannot apply due to the high rate of immigration to the United States. And these countries are one: there's Bangladesh, there's Brazil, there's Canada, there's the people of the Republic of China, including mainland and Hong Kong. There's Colombia, there's Cuba, there's Dominican Republic, El Salvador. Oh my God, that name is not so easy for me. There's Haiti, there's Honduras, there's India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Republic of Korea, that is South Korea, Venezuela, Vietnam, and native of Macau. But natives of Macau and Taiwan are eligible. In addition to these requirements for applying the DV 2026 lottery, the applicants must possess at least a high school diploma or equivalent of 2 years work experience in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of training or experience. So when you're filling for this DV lottery, it is good to have at least 2 years work experience and a high school diploma for you to qualify. Yeah. Candidates or the applicants can submit their application online via the official DVLottery website, which requires filling out a form and uploading a digital photo. Yes, most of the time you find that these photos are the one that make people to fail. You cannot use a picture you used last year to fill for the DV lottery. So in order for you to apply this time, you have to have taken a picture which is less than 6 months old. And this new digital image can be taken with a digital camera. It must have a resolution of 600 pixels high by 600 pixels. You are supposed to scan this photograph. It should be 2 inches by 2 inches square with that resolution that I said of 600 by 600. Yep. Yeah, so I think those are very simple instructions. Take a picture with your camera. I showed you how to check whether the picture meets the requirement with the photo tool. So you upload it there first before you upload when you're applying this form, and it will show you whether the picture meets the requirements. Yes, so if you're single, mostly when you're filling that form, there is no single, there is unmarried, divorced, such. So if you're single and with children, don't forget to include these children. You should list their date of birth, their gender, the city or the town of birth, the country of birth for all the living children, unmarried children who are under the age of 21 years old, regardless of whether they are living with you or intending to accompany you to go to the US. Okay? When you're submitting the photograph of each child, you need to use the same technical specification as your own photography, like the one I gave you. So when you're applying for yourself and your children, make sure that you have included all your living children, all your children that are 21 years and below, but they can still do an application on their own. All the children that are legally adopted by you, and all living stepchildren who are unmarried and they are under the age of 21. Yes. So the married children, for example, who are already age 21 or older, when you're submitting your entry, they are not eligible for the DV program, because now they are no longer minors. They can just apply by themselves. If you are divorced, when you're applying, just apply. But just know, if you win, it means that when you win and you wrote you are divorced, then you have to produce the divorce certificate. If you're separated, you have to have a legal document that shows that you are separated. Okay? So, is there any other requirements that I've forgotten, really? I don't think so. So, I just wanted to come back with this and tell you the reasons, the requirements of the photography, the requirements why some people are not applying, and yeah, what is required. So you can just do the application like you saw. I did the application for my son without the passport, but if he happens to win, he has to have a passport. Otherwise, you cannot travel with the ID to out of overseas or out of the country. You have to have a passport. So passport is important. Your birth certificate when you're going for the interview is equally important to have. So with those few remarks, I hope I've been able to explain myself, and you have gotten what is required. Your photo or your digital photo, it must be in color, it must be in focus. I have told you the size. It is supposed to be taken in front of a plain white or off-white background. Sawa. You have to take in your full face, directly facing the camera with a natural facial expression, and on both eyes open. You don't go there, you're posing for for a passport and you're smiling like this. No, they don't need to see your smile. You need to be serious. If you have hairs like this, you have to put them behind like this. Your ears, see mine, they are big, have to be seen. Otherwise, you cannot sit like this. You cannot sit like this. If you have a hat, you cannot wear a hat. You have to remove the head covering and your hat. And those that are putting the kiremba for the religious purpose, Your full face must be visible, and the head covering must not cast any shadow on your face. Headphones, wireless hand-free devices like earphones or similar items are not acceptable in your photo. You are not supposed to wear glasses when you are going for this picture. If you are normally wear a hearing device or similar article, they may be worn in your photo, but they shouldn't be blocking your ears. Okay, this picture, after you've taken it, you're not supposed to upload it in PDF. You're supposed to upload it in JPEG. It should be equal or less than 200 kilobytes. In a full square aspect ratio, height must equal the width. 600 times 600 in pixels in dimensions. Okay. If you want to scan an existing photo in addition to the digital image requirement, your existing photo must be 2 by 2 inches. That is 51 times 51 millimeters. It should be scanned at a resolution of 300 pixels per inch, which is 12 pixels per millimeter. Yep. If you have a small child, you're supposed to lay the child on his back on a plain white or off-white sheet. This will ensure that your baby's head is supported and provided background for the photo. Make sure that the face on there are no shadows on your baby's face, especially if the photo is taken from above with the baby lying down. Okay. If they are a child who can be able to sit down, you can sit them on a car seat with a plain white or off-white sheet and take a picture of your child in the car seat. Just make sure that the head is supported, that the head is not falling off. Sawa. Whew, yes. What else do I need to let you know? Now, after you've applied for this DV, after submitting, you're supposed to have a confirmation page. You can print it, you can copy paste like I did, so that you will use it in May when you're checking whether you've been chosen. So how do you know whether you've been selected? That we will talk about next year, but mostly the Department of State will not notify you directly if your entry is not selected. You must use the entrance status check to learn whether you are selected. So that should be around May 3rd, 2025 until around September 30th. You should keep your confirmation number at least until September 30th, 2026. Somewhere around there. Yeah. That is why I'm saying it is very, very important for you to apply for yourself. It's not so hard. I don't know why it is very hard for guys to apply these things for themselves. Most of the African countries are allowed to apply for this green card. The only people who are not allowed to do this are the Nigerians. They are not eligible for this year's diversity visa program. Our brothers in Niger, oh my God, don't worry, your day will come. May God remember you. So all Africa, Algeria, Angola, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, Comoros, Congo, all those Lesotho, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Sudan, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Morocco, Mauritius, Equatorial Guinea, all those countries can apply for Greencard this year. So I just want to thank you guys for taking your time to listen to me. Those that have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Please support me. I need you guys. Yes, help my channel to grow. Like, share, comment, but don't bash me. Yeah, and we can help each other. I wish you guys all the best as you do this, and I know that God is going to make a way. Oh, I forgot to talk about the spouse when you're doing the DV entry. If you're legally married, you must list your spouse regardless whether they live with you or intending to migrate to the United States with you. You must also list your spouse even if you're currently separated from them, unless you are legally separated. Legal separation is the arrangement when a couple remains married but lives apart, isn't it? Following a court order. If you and your spouse are legally separated, your spouse will not be able to immigrate with you through the diversity visa program. Yeah. So that is about the spouse. The children, I told you how you're supposed to go about it. Parents and siblings of the entrant or the applicant are ineligible to receive DV visas as dependents, and you should not include them in your entry. So I said children under the age of 21. For example, let's say I'm applying for myself. My son is 18, so I can include him as the main applicant in my application, and still he can apply on his own on his application. My daughter is 21, so I will include her in my application and mention that I have a daughter named blah blah blah, but she can apply by herself for the DVLottery. Okay, so that is what I mean. If I have a husband whom I'm married to, I'm supposed to include him because I have a marriage certificate. If we are separated but not legally, he should be included. Okay, do you get that? I hope you got that. I said, if my spouse is legally married, I must list him regardless of whether I live with him or I intend to move with him to the United States. If we are currently separated from him, legal separation, I told you, is the arrangement when as the couple remains married but lives apart. So we have to have that. And you're supposed to just apply once. If you make multiple applications, maybe with different names, or you apply with last year's photo, it will be disqualified. So it's not so expensive to just go and get another picture. Okay? So I think that is it for today. It's 1936 here, and so I have to go and prepare something for me for dinner. I'll see you guys in my next one. I love you so much, and I'm hoping that you can all, whoever is interested in moving, in migrating to any country, can be able to do this. And it is good because the US gives you a chance to move to their country. I wish you all the best. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. To those who have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel.